A very hearty good morning to all of you. Children, you know, language is surely the best gift to mankind. It is something which helps us to communicate effectively. A lot can be conveyed in one expression, and the focus can be shifted by changing the position of the words. That is what we are going to learn today. Now I'm giving you a sentence. See this sentence. Shruti writes a letter. Children, can you tell me what is Shruti in this sentence? Yes, you are right. Shruti is the subject or the doer of this action, that is writes. And action is writes. So you know very well that what is writes? Yes, it is our verb. Now the question arises, what is a letter? Children, can you tell me? No, no problem. Letter is our object. Do you know what is an object? An object is a noun. It may be a pronoun or a noun phrase on which a verb performs an action, and this object may be direct or indirect. See this sentence. Mayank repaired my car. Next sentence, my car was repaired by Mayank. Both the sentences are same in meaning, but the context changes in the first sentence. Subject Mayank is given more importance, and we get to know that he is the person who is performing the repair activity on the car, which is our object. In the second sentence, we are giving more importance to the object car and the action performed by the subject rather than subject itself. We generally use active voice, but there are two reasons to use passive voice. Do you know when to use passive voice? Yes. Very first, when you do not know the subject, and second thing, when you want to focus on the action and object rather than who did it. There are two ways in which we describe an action performed by the subject in relation with the object. Very first, active voice. Here subject performs the action and object receives the action. And in passive voice, an action is the subject performed on the object. There are two ways in which we describe an action performed by the subject in relation with the object. First, active voice. Here, subject performs an action and object receives the action. Whereas in passive voice, an action is performed on the object by the subject. Children, see, I'm telling you what is actually active voice. Active voice indicates that the subject of the verb is acting or performing an action. And what is passive voice? Passive voice is used when the subject is the recipient of an action or the receiver of an action. Now I'm telling you some certain rules. With the help of these rules, you can convert active voice into passive voice. So listen it very carefully. Very first, the subject becomes object and object becomes subject in passive voice. Second rule, never change the tense. If active voice is in present tense, the passive voice will always be in present tense. Third thing, the verb in passive voice will always be in the third form of the verb, whether the sentence is in present form or in past form or in the future tense. See more examples. First is the professor teaches the students. Now you have to change this sentence into passive voice. Very first in this sentence you will find out the subject, verb and an object. See, the professor. The professor is what? Yes, it is our subject. And what is verb? Professor teaches. What action is done by the professor? Teaches. So teaches is our verb. And what is the students? The students is our object. Now how do we convert it into passive form? The students, we put object in place of subject. So the students are. Then what is the third form of the verb teaches? Taught. Yes, the students are taught by the professor. Now here you are seeing by. By we use along with the doer. Another example, Edison invented the light bulb. This example is in active voice. So how do we convert it into passive voice? Very first we will put the object. And what is our object? The light bulb. So we will start the light bulb. Now we will use helping verb, that is was. Then third form of the verb, invented by Edison. So the correct formation is the light bulb was invented by Edison. Another example, Eiffel designed the Eiffel Tower. Now, while changing into passive voice, we will start with an object. That is, the Eiffel Tower was, then third form of the verb designed is designed by Eiffel. Egyptians built the pyramids of Giza. Now you change? Yes, you are right. We will start with an object, that is the pyramids of Giza. Then we will use the helping verb, that is were. Why we are using here verb? Were because it is in plural form. So the pyramids of Giza were built by Egyptians. Now we do practice with these sentences and you will give me answer.